You can learn almost everything you need to know about mental health from watching dog rescue videos. If you think about a dog rescue video, it starts with a dog in some horrific situation, one that's been neglected, abused, left in a kennel too long. So we see this dog, and that dog might be aggressive towards anyone who tries to get close to it. It might just kind of shrink into the corner and try not to be seen, might try to run away, might be shaking, staring at a wall, dissociating, not making eye contact. So many things going on in this dog's body because of what's happened. But then we see this montage usually of maybe the dog starts to allow someone to touch it for the first time, or maybe the dog is able to eat around the other dogs, or maybe the dog is starting to wag its tail a little bit and is getting more comfortable being around other dogs, around other humans. But the beautiful thing is always at the end of the video, when you now have this dog that's in full dog mode. It's wagging its tail with its whole body. It's doing all the things that dogs do. It's in full dog mode. And this is unsurprising to us. This is what we'd expect. But what we've kind of gotten disconnected from as a culture is that that's largely how mental health works for us as humans. Hard, difficult things happen to us. Our body perceives threat in our environment. That happens a lot in the context of relationships, and that may not be all at once. It may not be a big capital T trauma. It might be more of a death of 1,000 paper cuts. It's just kind of chronic and ongoing. And similar to the dog that, is dissociating and not able to eat in front of other people and aggressive and things like that, parts of us can mobilize to keep us safe, to try to deal with this overwhelming stress that we're in. Ultimately, that's what trauma is. Trauma is the response in our body to the stress in our environment and in our life, the ways that our needs are not being met. At the end of the day, that's an incredibly understandable, even predictable response. Doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. Doesn't mean there's something wrong with the dog, right? You don't look at a dog in a kennel that's been neglected or abused and think, well, that dog has neglected dog disease. This is just what you'd expect any normal, healthy dog to do under those circumstances, and the same is often true for us as humans. But there's a lot of hope in that, and when we recognize that the things that have happened to us and the way our body responds to what has happened is something that can be unlearned. We go through those processes of learning when we're safe and letting our body relax into safety, that eventually, inside of all of us, is full human mode. Maybe we start to emotionally wag our tail, and maybe we feel more free to be playful, and maybe we feel more able to look other humans in the eye and feel loved and to show love. But that's how mental health works. It's the same for dogs as it is for humans. It's a little more complicated for us because we have enormous brains, but that's how dog rescue videos can teach you almost everything you need to know about mental health.